All right, thanks for listening, everyone. This episode was recorded a couple months ago, maybe a month and a half ago. It was right after the one I recorded with him for the COVID, where we talked about his COVID fight. But hey, these I put in the bank. This is with Andy Cardenas, the owner and operator over there at Mazatlan and Enumclaw, a valuable sponsor of Full Buddy Cast, a fun guy. I'm getting to know him more and more throughout this time. He's just a really funny guy. And appreciate him big time. So go to Mazatlan, go get the Hollenbeck Chalupa, go get the Travis Kenny Special, which is 2 waters, chips and salsa plus bean dip, free, given to you at the beginning of the meal. Just ask for that. And but seriously, I appreciate you guys so much for listening. And then, hey, hit me up if you ever want to be recorded as well. We got things that we can start working out concerning that. People are kind of getting a little confused on what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this: if you want to record for yourself where you own the episode, it's not even a Full Buddy Cast episode. It's the recording. It goes to you, to your email. You have it. That's the $25 every half an hour, including editing. And then I get that to you so you own it. It could be a clip of you talking to your kids. It could be a clip of you talking to your parents or your grandparents, or maybe even it's whatever. Just anything that you think that would be fun for you. Start your own podcast. Come down here. Use the equipment. $25 every half an hour. If you want to be on, though, Full Buddy Cast, hit me up. We can work that out, too. Anyway, there is a little bit of a vetting process, but I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. Thanks to Andy. I appreciate Mazatlan being in my life for not only the food, but just the enjoyment of life. So thanks so much. Have a good day. Take care.
Get up. Welcome to the greatest of the greatest, a podcast that you never knew you needed, with interviews from people you have never met, or maybe you have once or twice, asking questions and knowing more than you want to know about them. You are listening to Full Buddy Cast.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening to another episode of Full Buddy Cast. This is Candy. He's kind of got that. He has. Someone open the door there?
No.
Okay. He has. Sorry. He has the hair that I wish I had. Or that I wish I could have. He's got that slick back, no bald spot.
No bald spot. I'm lucky,
dude. You got that. I mean, like, even you look at Adrian. Adrian looks like any single like caveman cartoon you've ever seen. He's got that chia head going.
He has last time I seen him. No, actually, last time he came in, we were rolling up to I think my brother's or South Hill or somewhere, and I looked at him and I go, he has a full set of hair. You look at his brother, all of his uncles from his mom's side. There's a whole bunch of them. They're all bald. Even his grandpa, and rest in peace, he was bald. And I go, Adrian, are you like the only one in your family that...
Nope. Yeah, it's a milkman.
Yeah. I never thought about that, but I asked, no, I said, is your dad has a full set of hair? And he goes, yep. And he goes, I always make fun of my uncles and my brother. He goes, how much do you want to buy my hair for? I'll sell it to you. But, one of those things is that I never kind of make fun of that because I could probably be bald someday.
Oh man, I made fun of my dad was bald when I was like 5, and I made fun of him like crazy. And he always said, hey, this will be you someday. This will be you someday. Yeah. And sure enough, I was like 22 by the time I got bald. Like I had a 5 head, I had a 5 and 6 head, not a 4 head. I had a 5 and 6 head going through like high school. It was bad. But the hat market loved it because I would buy a bunch of hats all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Mazatlan, if you go to Mazatlan and you mention the podcast, obviously Andy is the manager. What do you, owner, manager?
Owner.
Owner. Okay, I want to make sure I call it right. So anyway, go say hi to Andy, but mention Full Buddy Cast, and you'll get that 10% discount. Have that holler in
with Hollenbeck Chalupa. Definitely get the Kenny Asadi. And then, have you noticed that has Holly Graff tried to talk you into
Her burrito?
her bean burrito?
No, she said something about it, but I don't know. She's a good person. She's a good
nice.
person.
She's a
nice,
good person.
yeah.
Yeah. But no, right? It's a hard no as of now. I completely agree with it.
No, it's not like I would. Did we talk about Hollenbeck Chalupa? How we got the name?
Well, you tell the listeners. So like, how did they get the name?
Well, Joey and I, we were in school we've known each other since we were kids. He ended up going to the NFL.
Yep.
He pretty popular guy here in Enumclaw.
Sure.
And so since he was a kid, he would always go there and order the chalupa, but double
portion.
And ever since he was a kid, double.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Oh, I don't know," and I just kind of came up with Hollenbeck Chalupa.
But did you hear? Because he would talk about it on the podcast all the time prior to you putting it on the menu.
Oh,
he would talk about it all the time on the podcast.
No, and actually we had it. I told you the lady who does my menus.
Yeah.
And I didn't even remember it. Well, she did like when this whole COVID thing hit. I was doing like the disposable menu, so people would use it, and I had toss it. Yeah. And I had put the Hollenbeck Chalupa on there before or when COVID, and I never thought that these new menus that was an updated menu.
Yeah,
I never thought about it.
Yeah,
and you ended up finding it on the menu.
The crazy thing is, so I go over there, I go in there with my family, and I see Joey actually there at the same time. He's at the bar. Because him and I went golfing that day, and so we were both driving by Mazatlan from the golf course. We shout out Eric Madrid. We went and golfed with him, and so I'm telling you guys, I have like this if I golf and I golf well, we're going to Mazatlan afterwards. And so I had a good time golfing. And so I drove by Mazatlan. I'm like, yeah, that's what we're going to do tonight. Went and grabbed the wife and kids, came back. And as we go in there, I sit down I didn't even know Joey was there. No, wait, I did know. I walked by and I see him out of the corner of my left eye. He's pointed up to the bar at the time. This is back in the summer. And he's about to order, and so I sit down and I start reading this menu, and I go, oh my gosh, it says Hollenbeck Chalupa on this thing. And he had mentioned it on the podcast prior to that, saying, I ran into Andy. Andy's getting new menus. I think I got a menu item coming on. He was all excited about it. And he said that you listened to the podcast and heard about how he had liked the chalupa, and it reminded you that, oh yeah, this guy always orders the chalupa all the time. Yeah. And so anyway, you put it on there. I take a picture of it. I sent it to him. He goes, no way. He hadn't even seen it yet on the menu. So I walk over there. I show it to him. He's like, that's amazing. His eyes were just huge. He was just he was loving it.
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy. He is a big guy. Anyway. So it was it's pretty exciting. So sorry, Holly, buzz off. Go find your own spot. Just kidding. We want to invite you, but you gotta consistent. Here's the thing. You gotta consistently buy the bean burrito for the next 20 years. Kind of like how Joey bought the Hollenbeck Chalupa or the Chalupa for 20 years. So in 20 years from now, Holly, yes, you will have a menu item. Just remind Andy in 20 years.
And I'll remember.
He actually just put a little reminder in his phone he put it on his calendar. It's in 20 years. 2041. February. Well, this will probably air in March. So March of 2041.
Sounds good.
Okay, good. All right. So I think that we covered a lot of your COVID. You guys listened back to where he had COVID back in November. It's the last episode we had with him. Just in the search bar, I don't know if you know this, but on Apple Podcasts, even Spotify, if you type your name in, you don't even have to put it in full body cast. You can just put Andy Andres, and it will pop up whatever episode he's been on. So you don't even have to. You put probably Cardenas as well. There might be a few. So let me pop up my Spotify real quick and test that out. But if you put in Andres Cardenas, and there you go. You're on the very top. There's actually an artist that spells it Cardenes, Cardenes. But yeah, so if you type in on Spotify your name, you pop up. So you don't even have to like search Full Body Cast or anything like that. Just put in his name, and it's going to pop up. You can listen to the old episodes on there.
Yeah, actually, even a friend of mine he's on my Facebook, but he lives in Tacoma, but he lives in Mexico right now, and he ended up popping in the restaurant. And he told me he was in Mexico, and he goes, he listened to the podcast.
Oh, was it in Spanish?
No, he probably wouldn't have understood it.
Well, that's cool.
No, his name is his brother's Ruben. His name is Ray.
Not Hernandez.
No, not Hernandez. No.
That's awesome. Thanks for listening. It was Ray that listened.
Ray, yeah.
Thank you for listening, Ray. Appreciate that, and anybody else that listens. So Andy, this episode can go a few different ways. I feel like we get heavy a little bit. We had a very heavy one this last one. Very serious. You were in the hospital. Do you want to have a light and fluffy one? What do you want this time around?
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
It's all good.
We're going to warm you up with some loaded questions. There's some full body loaded questions. Now, it's kind of a rapid fire, almost like you work out, like you said. It's kind of like getting that heart rate up right away. Yeah. So get your mind sharp. So I'm going to randomly throw some questions at you. Answer them as fast as you can. Think about it. Don't get yourself into hot water. But give us the answers, okay? So, what is the best thing about not having? Oh, did you ever have that? Did you ever lose your sense of smell?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, what is the best thing about not having a sense of smell? What would be the best thing?
You can't smell.
You can't smell your wife's farts.
Yeah.
That's my answer.
No, yes, but I don't like milk or cheese.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like rotten milk, just
ugh. Yeah, it is bad.
It's bad.
That is bad. Okay, so you don't have to smell the rotten milk, cheese, or your wife's farts. Where would you like to have a second home? Do you have a second home already? Do you have one down?
No.
Okay, where would you like to have
from
one?
Mexico.
Where at? Mexico's so big. Like, where's the spot?
Actually, I kind of have a house because my dad has a house in Mexico, and in Mexico you go and houses are either small or really big.
Yeah, and it's the same size family in it every time. Like you either got like a grandpa and grandma, a family and kids, either in a house the size of this podcast room, or it's massive.
Or massive.
Yeah.
My dad has a massive house, and it's like right in the middle of town. Like it's not in the. I mean,
do you want to say what town it is, or do you want to kind of leave it off the record?
Yeah, the name of it is Cuautla, but it's really small, and there's not very many. I mean, when you go there, not during the vacation times, there's no one there. And then my wife is from the other next town
over. Huh?
Over, and it's it's Ayutla, and that's where I would want to have a house, just because it's more stuff going on.
Gotcha.
There's bank. Oh, I mean, I guess the other place has a bank now.
Wait, I'm thinking there's a water park. I'm thinking they've got something like that would draw you there. It's because it's got the only bank for the next 50 miles.
No, talking about that, I remember when Wells Fargo used to be in the Safeway, I had banked there.
Yeah.
And then they left, and so I switched my account to Bank of America.
Yeah.
Now they're gone.
So now
I'm kind of pissed.
That's true.
I'm kind of pissed. That if I have to go to my bank, I have to go all the way to Bonnie Lake.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
First world problems.
Well, because you can only take out $1,000 at a time.
That's the worst part, is that you even have to call and it's your money. but you have to call and get permission. Like, especially if you go on vacation, you're like, hey, just so you know, I'm going to be in this spot, and I'd like to have a few $1,000s because I'm going to go, like what, and they're like, okay, well, we'll let you. It's like, bitch, it's my money.
That's true.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's insane. All right. What culture are you most ignorant of?
I don't know. I don't know if we could talk about it on the air.
Okay, let's not.
No, I'm just joking.
It's 2021. What do you need more of right now?
Love.
You want? I mean,
I have enough. No, wait. I don't have enough money.
you don't have enough money.
No.
You never have enough money.
You never have.
But when it comes to love, you can always get more
No,
love.
actually, when this whole thing after I got better,
Yeah.
I had a case of Patron in the restaurant, and the good thing is that there are only cases of 6 bottles, and the bottom of it was a little wet, not very much, and so I had already carried it. Like,
Oh, is it cardboard? Was it cardboard?
Cardboard.
Oh, so it's nice soggy cardboard going.
no, yeah. So I had already carried it from like the bar to the storage area, and then I can't remember. I picked it up to move it into like this.
So you went up like 2 feet.
safe. I went up like 2 feet, and it went
all
and
of them.
No, I think only like 2 or 3 bottles broke. I think it was
still. It's pretty.
Yeah, I was pissed. I was so angry, and my daughter watched this whole thing happen.
Oh,
And,
how old, daughter?
She's 6.
Okay.
She says, "Dad, are you mad or are you happy?" Or I can't remember. She either said it mad or angry,
Yeah.
or no, mad. She goes, "Are you mad or sad?"
Yeah.
And I go, "I'm mad." And she goes, "Don't be mad. I love you."
Aw.
So I'm just like, well, I can't be mad now. But,
Yeah.
so
Not
that was pretty
enough.
cool.
Not enough love.
So it's pretty cool.
Still mad.
I'm still mad. I'm still mad.
What was your favorite? Who was your favorite Sesame Street character? Did you ever watch Sesame Street?
No,
growing
I
up?
didn't. No.
Okay, Muppets. We'll go.
No.
Cartoon character.
Batman.
Ooh, yeah, you get the Dark Knight over here.
Dark
Okay.
Knight. I don't know. I think it was like, I can't remember what grade I was in, but they had this Batman series. It was like a dark.
The animated series.
Animated series.
When
It
we were
was pretty good,
teenagers.
yeah.
It was really good.
It was
I
good.
would still watch that.
For sure.
What part of your body could use this is a little intimate, but what part of your body could use a little lotion?
Oh.
The elbows.
The elbows. Yeah, thanks for helping me out.
You don't like dairy. You don't like the smell of rotten dairy. Do you like to eat dairy? Like, do you like eggs and milk and cheese? Like, do you like to eat that or no?
I like eggs. I don't like cheese, but for some reason I like blue cheese, which is awkward.
Do you like hot wings? Is that
kind
why?
of? I don't. Yeah, I
'Cause
do. I do.
They
I do
usually
like them.
come with hot wings, or even on a burger. They'll have like a blue cheese on it.
Actually, one time I was up at South Hill, Mazatlan, with my dad, and there's a chef from Space Needle was there,
Oh,
and so he goes, "Try this," and I didn't want to tell him I
didn't like it.
didn't like it,
Right.
so I tried it, and I ended up liking it. But
Really?
yeah, so it was kind of
A weird. Okay.
experience, I guess.
So what do you like then to mix in your scrambled eggs? Are you a hot sauce guy? Like cheese? Like what do you put in your scrambled eggs?
Nothing. I like plain.
Just plain.
Plain
Will
butter.
you ever ketchup? My kids like for whatever reason.
I used to love ketchup. I don't know why, but now it's like too sweet
Yeah, because you're diabetes.
because of my diabetes. I think I don't eat because I don't eat a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
So when I do eat something,
it's like ooh,
wow, I'm just
yeah.
like. I remember I used to like drink like Red Bulls, like 3 or 4 of them a day.
dude, your heart's gonna go.
No, I used to.
No wonder you were COVID susceptible on that.
No wonder I got diabetes because of Red Bulls.
No, that's true.
And so I don't know. After I stopped drinking them, and then I was actually in Mexico, and when you're on vacation, I feel like kind of the rules are a little like you're not. You let it. You kind of let stuff
things slide.
slide.
You're on vacation.
You're on vacation.
Yeah.
You want to. You'll drink a little more.
Sure.
Eat a little more.
Yeah.
For
Do
sure.
a little less.
Do a little less.
Yeah.
So I went into a store and they had Red Bull, and I go, oh man, I want to try one. I haven't had one in a long time. I tried one. Man, it was not good.
Was it like crack cocaine? Was your head, or were you just
no?
Like,
It was just too sweet.
Oh,
yeah, it was way too sweet.
What is your favorite holiday tradition?
I don't know. In my family, we never really. My dad is like a workaholic.
Yeah.
And so we never really.
No days off.
And so it's not. I would probably say Thanksgiving or Christmas, just because those are like days that we don't.
And what was the tradition then? Like, what was it? Was it like, I don't know, for me, it's like watch football, Thanksgiving, you know, like even for Christmas, it's like, okay, well, we're going to open one present on Christmas Eve and then you get the rest. I mean, that's like a tradition. Like, did you have any traditions that you had that?
No, not really. We just kind of really didn't do anything. So it was kind of cool.
Did you guys always go to church?
Yeah, we kind of did. Yeah.
Was your family the church every Sunday, or was it church every holiday?
Well, my mom, she's a big Catholic.
Yeah.
My dad was like
kind of like you,
kind of like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't like.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah, an hour. I have to sit for an hour. It's like I got other stuff to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's how I felt about it. And then as soon as I don't know, we were like. I can't remember. I think it was like 14 or 15. We stopped going to church. I think my mom would still go, but she wouldn't make us go like when we were kids.
Church was probably the tradition where you would more likely go to church was around holiday times. Christmas and all that. Let's see. I have to read some of these because some of these are good or some of these are bad. Besides a gun, what do you consider the deadliest weapon?
Karen.
What?
Karen.
A Karen.
A Karen.
Oh! What's that? What's the when you can carry? What's that where you can concealed permit? A Karen, a concealed Karen. Have you had a Karen go off on you ever?
Yeah.
Don't mention names.
No, I don't even know her.
But what happened?
I was in Safeway here in town.
Oh wait, it wasn't even at your work?
No.
You ever having a Karen go off at you at your work before?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Like this food was, or this was, and the service, and like they had.
Usually, like if somebody gets bad service or it was like bad.
I saw a Karen. I was at Mazatlan when a Karen went off on one of your employees.
Really?
Oh my!
Was I there?
No, you weren't.
Huh.
That's probably why. Anyway,
so
tell me the Safeway story, and then I'll tell you my story.
I was at Safeway and I parked, and so I'm looking back because this lady was driving behind me, but I didn't know she was going to park next to me. So she went and she parked like she's clearly over on my side of my line.
Yeah.
And so I turned my wheel to
of your border.
Of my border, yeah. She was in my bubble. So I'm like, I give it gas so I can move, and then my car isn't moving. I go, what the fuck is going on? I think my car's broken or something. Yeah. And so she's like, and then she rolls down the, you hit my car. And I look over, and she's literally like inches away from me. I couldn't even open the door.
Yeah.
That's how close she was to me. And I told her, are you serious right now? I go, did you see how you parked? And she's like, so she gets out and she's looking at what had happened. And so my tire was cut on her tire.
Yeah.
So that's why
couldn't move.
That's why I couldn't move. So nothing ever hit. And so I go, let's call the cops and see who's right. And I told her, you're going to be wrong because you're a woman driving a vehicle. And she went off on me.
Did you call the cops?
No, she didn't. I was like, I got to go. I was like, I was busy. I had shit to do. I got stuff to do.
I can't be here for an hour. I can't be at church for an hour. I can't be in this parking lot for an hour.
I don't know. My brother, he was like, well, he wasn't there, but we ended up talking about this. And this lady, I don't know. I think it's not appropriate what he's talking about, but it's all good though.
Okay, so here's what happened at Mazatlan. I'm enjoying my nice dinner. It's enjoyable, and this is right. Like this is during the pandemic. I must have played a great game of golf, and so I brought my family out there. And I look out the window. I'm in a booth. So if you walk into Mazatlan, on the right hand side, there's kind of place to kind of walk up to. So I'm in the. Oh no! Actually, I'm seated towards the right, and I think Mike actually walked in at the same time. It's funny how often Mike Martinez and I will get Mazatlan on the same day. But I look out the window, and there's a guy who's just like slamming the door of his car. He was in the passenger side, and I know that he was there because I had been sitting there and eating my chips and drinking my Modelo. But I was kind of like, peering out the window, and this guy had been sitting there just chilling on his phone, like no big deal. He was in the passenger side. Well, then, like 5 minutes later, the dude is out of his car raging, like he's slamming the door, he's effing this, effing that, pointing towards the your building, just F this, F that, F this, F that. He's slamming things. He throws his hat. He picks it up. He throws his hat again. And this guy's probably in his mid-20s. And this lady who's in the mid-50s is in your lobby waiting to pick up some to-go food. And so he just throws a fit, and then he storms off, and he starts walking towards, if he's going towards town, going towards that, Safeway or whatever, he's walking down 410 that way, just on foot. And then 5 minutes later, your server comes out with the to-go, and she lays into your server. Yeah, she's you say 20 minutes, you mean 20 minutes. It's been 25 minutes. But it's how do you know? You've got all these orders coming in. It wasn't it was 50 minutes later. It was 5 minutes later. You got to have a little grace. I understand that. If I'm going to order something, I don't expect it to be right then. And if they say 20 minutes, now if it's 40 minutes, you might have a problem, right?
Yeah, I would be pissed.
Yeah, and she's it's been 25 minutes. You guys don't, you can't just tell 20 minutes to everybody and just expect it to be 20 minutes. And so she gets in that same, so she gets her stuff, walks out, gets in that same car, and then drives off. And I was is that the mom?
Was she a cougar?
No, not at all. Not in the least.
No.
But it was I felt bad for your server, and then I was trying to figure out that situation. I was is that a sugar mama, or is that mom and son, and the son's just a complete triggered? I don't know. And the other thing was well, maybe he had to go pee. Maybe he's just.
When was this? Long time ago?
This was in the summer.
Recent?
Yeah,
During the summer?
Yeah. I don't fault you guys for it. It was just that guy was just going off, man.
Yeah.
Do you need to get that?
No, it's all good.
Is it the wife?
Good. No.
So, where you at?
No.
But yeah, so I don't know if any Karens went off at you at work at all.
Work, I can't remember. Probably, but it's just.
No one's got in your face like an umpire at a baseball game, just kicking dirt on your shoes and screaming in your face.
A long time. I feel when you're in your 20s or whatever, when you get mad, you get freaking just raging.
Oh yeah.
And now it's kind of more
Dude, how old were you when you had your first kid?
I was 30. I can't remember. 30. Oh, I was 32.
So I had my first kid when I was 22. Wow. When you're a young parent, you have more energy.
Yeah, for sure.
Where you're running around with them, you're their friend.
Yeah.
You're just hey, let's go kick the soccer ball outside. We'll go kick the soccer ball, throw the football, play baseball, run around, play tag. We used to play Don't Step in the Poop. And that's when a dog would poop out in the yard, and the kids, I'd spin them around like it was a piñata, and I'd push them towards it, and then they would try not to step on it with their bare feet. That was fun for them. Do you need to take that?
No, it's all good. Let me I'll send them a message.
Okay. Is it a worker?
Yeah, it's a worker. It's all good, though. Oh, so go ahead.
Yeah. So anyway, so you have these like all this energy to create games. Man, I got a 5-year-old. Well, she's gonna be 5 in June, but I'm like, she jumps on the couch now, and I'm like, hey, stop that. Where before, I'm like, when I was like 23 and the kids were jumping on the couch, I'm like, yeah, you stop that right. Like I had energy to yell at them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now I'm like, hey, cut that out.
Yeah, I know.
And I got my teenagers now staring at me going, you would have killed us.
I know.
So when you were growing up, were your parents super strict? And now with the grandkids, are they like, you're like, whoa, I would have cut.
Oh yeah, my dad was, man, he was super. Well, he had me when he was older. He was like 42.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 40.
Did he have anyone younger? Like do you have like an older brother?
I have a
who's
older half sister.
And how old is she?
50.
Okay, so not 10 years ain't too crazy,
No,
but
it's not too crazy. But yeah, man, we were like, it was like all work. That's all work. And it was funny because we were talking about how the other day I was talking to my wife about it because my kids are sleeping in until 9 o'clock, and I'm like, I'm furious.
Me too.
I'm fucking pissed.
There's shit to do.
I go, because my dad tells me when he was growing up, it was like, what did he do? He had to wake up at 5 a.m. And I kind of found out why he would wake up at 5 a.m. like recently. And he goes, my dad would wake me up at 5 a.m. And if I wasn't up at 5, they would like get whipped. I mean, that's what
like
his stories.
Like
whipped. No, with a whip.
With a whip.
Yeah, with a whip.
Oh, wow.
Because they had animals, and so
yeah, get them outside.
Yeah, so like when I was growing up, it was like 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
In the morning. If we were like up in our rooms at like, because we lived on the farm, or 7 o'clock in the morning, and my dad was yelling, Pancho, Andy, he goes, do you guys think it's fine to be sleeping at 7 o'clock in the morning?
Oh.
And he would be,
even as teenagers, right?
Like, yeah, teenagers. I mean,
outside. Let's go.
Outside, let's go.
Yeah.
And so, my wife right now, I go, you know what we're doing to our kids is that we're making them weaker than what we were or our grandparents were. Yeah. Because I feel like every generation they get
it's a little weaker.
Yeah, I agree. And so I go, we let our kids wake up till 9:30. I go, you know what they're going to do to their kids?
It's 11,
11:30 noon. Yeah. And I go, and that's your fault.
Yeah. That's how you put it on her?
Yeah, I put it on her. I'm just like, no, because I'm like, I'm trying to wait. I'm waking up at 7 o'clock. I'm used to waking up at before 7.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do stuff. And she's like, you're going to wake up the kids. You're going to wake up the kids. And I go, and my dad would used to say, he would say, these are not hours to be. Yeah. This is not to still be sleeping.
Right.
And I'd tell her in a deep, strong voice, I go, stirred. Yeah. I go, this is not
the way.
This is not the way. They shouldn't be sleeping right now. She's like, and she's like, and she gives me the look, and I'm just like, oh, never mind.
I'll go back to my COVID dad. Dude, that's so funny because so with your parents now, do you see them like take your kids and like, oh hey, you slept until 9, good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, because even like my dad, when we were kids, we'd be sick or something when we were growing up. I mean, it wasn't often. Like I said before, I'd never get sick. And he's like, "Oh, you're sick? Go to work. It'll go away. It'll go away.
Yeah. Take a shower.
Get go away. Yeah. What do you do? You break your arm. Go to work. Yeah. It'll fix itself. Yeah. And then and so they say, oh, they're sick, or one of my kids are sick. Oh, pobrecito,
so
sorry. And I look at him and I go to work. Yeah. I said, go to work. It'll go away. And they'll say, you don't have to be like that. And I go,
oh, newsflash.
I say, oh. They go, you don't have to be that mean or that rude. I go, really? I go, I was being nice right now.
Yeah, in front of you.
I was being nice, because That would have been bad.
Oh man, yeah, it's weird. You see, it's like your parents turn into like mush.
I
It's
know.
like, it's like, oh man, don't let Papa or Nana see what's going on, and then Papa and Nana see what's going on. And you're just waiting for them to blow their lid because you've done that thing like 100 times when you were a kid in front of them, and you're watching them, and they're like, oh, can you want some more candy, or do you want to come? Let's go to the park. And you're like, what? This attitude is going to the park? If I would have had like half of this attitude, I'd have been grounded for life. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's insane. So anyway, good. Glad we got that off our chest.
Yes, I know. Oh my god.
As men, we need to get that off our chest.
Then we need to toughen these kids up. It's like even like football, NFL. Everybody watches NFL. Before you had all these. They didn't have all these rules. What was it? The cross body tackle.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks could take a hit.
They throw the ball, and 3 seconds later, they're getting hit into the ground, and it was like, oh, no big deal.
Now it's like they get hit. Oh,
hit in the head.
Protocol.
With the hand.
Protocol. Oh. Concussion. They leave the game.
Just wimps.
I know.
And it's not like here's the crazy thing. Like you'd think that after a while, like maybe you'd find some tape from like 100 or 200 years ago, and you're like, oh wow, they used to play that so much rougher. Now it's like it was like 20 years ago, and they were playing rougher. Like it's crazy how fast things just like wimp out. Like even like I remember when you could say any joke that you wanted to say.
Oh yeah.
And now it didn't matter. Yeah, it was offensive. That's what made it funny. And now you say it, and it's like, oh. I can't say that.
I mean, even on there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Racist jokes.
Anything.
Dumb blonde jokes.
Yeah, anything. You would say.
Dumb Pollock. No, blonde jokes. Dumb Pollock jokes.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the best jokes. Those racist jokes.
Yeah, they were. Because, and again, and even now it's like when I even say that, I feel like, ooh, probably be careful on saying some of this stuff.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's weird how it goes from like one way to the other so fast.
Yeah. I mean, I don't
know. Who's your favorite actor? Oh, you don't watch a lot of movies.
I don't watch a lot of movies, but I feel like if a movie comes out and I need to watch it, would probably be.
Is that you?
Oh, my bad. Yeah. I'm just looking at the cameras.
Oh.
But Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
So any movie for the most part that he does,
I have to watch.
You're laughing the whole time.
Yeah, the last one I seen was the one he did on Netflix.
The Halloween one?
The Halloween one. That was pretty cool.
Huber or Hubie or whatever. Yeah, Hubie Halloween.
Hubie Halloween.
Are you a person that falls asleep right away?
No.
Or what allows you to sleep? What puts you to sleep? Do you read, or do you have to like watch something?
Yeah, I feel like I have to watch. Well, actually, because right now with the kids and everything, I mean, I have my headphones on and I can watch TV.
Yeah.
But before it's like you put it on the timer, and then because I have to watch TV, so that way I'm not thinking about
other things,
business
work,
stuff that I have to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because if I'm laying in bed just thinking, I'm just like, I'm never going to go fall asleep.
Yeah.
So I like watching TV or movie, but it's hard to watch because I have to have the headphones on and then I have to take them off.
Yeah.
Take them off so I can fall asleep when before I can just put it on the timer and fall asleep.
And then it shuts off.
So it shuts off.
So you do need to wind down.
Wind down, yeah.
So when you wake up, are you like, boom, I'm up and I'm hitting you're just like fast paced, or do you kind of like leisurely wake up, grab yourself some coffee, like go read, get on your Facebook, or are you like bam, 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 bam?
I don't know. Lately, I like to wake up and just like I have to go do this, I have to go do that. And like on Friday, I have to wake up like at 7 a.m. or. I have to leave my house by 7 because I have to go to the Renton Mazatlan, and then I have to go to
like a meeting there or something. Or like
no, I have to go fix
stuff up.
No, fix. They have a computer problem I need to fix.
Oh, just this Friday, or like every Friday?
No, just this Friday.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like every Friday they have this computer problem.
No, just this Friday.
I got you.
And so I'm just thinking about I have to go to the restaurant store
Yeah.
and buy liquor, and that's in 5. And so I need to do that.
So you got to loop. Like,
I
you
have
know,
to
you got to
loop.
go boom,
Boom.
B, C,
Yeah, and I have to
D.
be back.
Yeah.
And you call by 2 o'clock.
Gotcha.
So-
When do you buy all your goods? Like, when do you, like, what days do you usually go buy the meat and buy the vegetables and all that?
Well, I'd rather have it delivered to me because that way I don't have to go anywhere.
Right.
But usually I like going to Restaurant Depot because they sell alcohol. I mean, not because I like alcohol, but
Right.
but I can kind of, it's a one-stop shop. So
Yeah. Grab all that and go.
grab it, all that, and go. So
When's your day off?
it kind of varies. It does. I don't know.
Whatever the schedule affords.
Whatever. No, it's like I always say, like I try to always take. Right now, I try to take Mondays off.
Yeah.
And I used to have Sundays off, but for some reason, Sundays are busy.
Yeah.
And then, like on Sunday, there's nothing open or nothing. I can't get really anything done.
Right.
So I like having Monday off because it's like I can do everything that I need to do.
Are you the type of person that plays hard too? Work hard, play hard. So when you are on vacation, when you do have a day off, or are you just on your couch, just like sleeping?
No, I wish.
What are you doing? What's your day off look like?
I don't know. We just
Whatever's available.
whatever's.
Are you planning outings? Like, are you like going for drives? Are you going on hikes? Are you going to parks? Or are you just, what do you like? What, or do you just chill at home or what?
Well, I don't know. I'm always working on something, so I'll stay home and work on something or do this.
Are you looking to improve like the house? You see, you're always working on
for
something.
sure,
Okay, I gotcha. Now, your house that you bought, when was it built?
I think it was either 68 or 78.
So you always got something that you could probably upgrade. You can always
Upgrade.
do. Have you refinished any rooms or anything? Like done any bathrooms?
No,
or
I did.
bedrooms or anything?
My main bathroom I redid. I'm gonna redo the other bathroom.
So you're always doing something.
I'm always doing something.
Gotcha.
But even like talking about how things back in the day were built better.
Yeah,
So these older houses are built.
they're
better.
built tough.
They're built tough.
But so they're hard. I had a house that was built in like 1938 or whatever, and it's all the lath and plaster crap. And so we had to like take out a wall or a half of a wall, and it's just like
Work.
it is insane.
I know
It's
what you mean. Yeah.
It's like you got to just take the sawzall and you're hitting rocks, you're hitting wood, you're hitting rocks, you're hitting wood. If there was any sort of knob and tubing, the whole place had knob and tube wiring, so we had to rewire it. It was like, and everything, like you said, was built like behind like a steel wall. It's like, how do I even do anything in
I
this
know.
thing?
Yeah. And, well, back when stuff was made with wood, now this stuff is like you go to some places and you're like, my gosh, this place is gonna fall apart. But I don't know. I think you can just tell.
Did you have any damage for the wind? That windstorm that we had?
No,
Nothing. No shingles ripped off. No siding. No nothing.
Nothing.
My fence fell over. I had to work on that.
Oh,
Wow.
I haven't. Well, my fence isn't that old, but it's like 5 years old, I think. But the old one did fall.
Oh, the
But-
older one.
Though like 5 or 6 years
Oh,
ago,
I
that
see.
one fell.
And then you put a new
I
one
put a new
up,
one up,
and it's
and
still
now it's
sticking
fine.
strong. So nothing during that windstorm.
No.
Nope, just the power. Did you lose power?
Yeah, it was like I was talking to there's 2 twin brothers. One of them works for PSE. They're a year older than me, and he was at the restaurant, and we were kind of talking about how the power, or like when the power goes out, how it works, or how they fix places faster.
Yeah,
Because
so-
some people I was talking to some customer and we were talking about it.
Yeah.
And he goes, I said, I think when the power goes out, they look at where they can fix more houses in an area, and then they go to like the smaller areas. And he goes, oh, no, that's not how it works. He says they start at the hospitals and then they work out. But he didn't ever work for PSE. And so I asked a person that works at PSE, and he told me, no, they concentrate on where they can fix more homes or more places
Gotcha.
at one time.
Well, I always thought that the hospital or the fire department or something like that would probably be on the grid
Yeah.
first. But if they're looking to hit whole grids the fastest, I had a friend that I was talking to. He had like not a pacemaker, but he had like something in his he had a heart condition, and so while he was waiting for a new heart, he had these batteries he had to recharge. And when he was home, he had to pretty much plug himself into this machine. And so he said if his power went out, it was a priority for his to be on. So I don't, like, how would they know that?
How would they know that?
How
yeah,
would
I know.
Yeah. How do you know this guy? It's like especially when it comes to like medical records having to be like somewhat confidential. Like you just tell your PSE, oh, this guy, by the way, this guy's a horrible heart. We need. I'd say, okay, well, we'll get this guy going. But I feel like every grid probably has at least one person.
I mean, even like my family would ask me, what would happen if the power goes out while you're on the oxygen?
Yeah.
And luckily I had backup tanks.
Sure.
But
you have a generator?
No, no. That's a kind of a tough subject because, conversation.
We've talked about COVID. We've talked about so many different things. It's like, whoa, easy.
Well,
Generators?
Generators?
I don't know, buddy.
I don't know. No. Well, I was talking to the Olsen.
Yeah,
His last name is Olsen.
Yeah, one of the twins.
Twins, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was telling me that, not this last windstorm that we had, which I thought was worse than the first one we had.
Yeah.
Where we didn't have power for like 2 days.
Yeah, right.
And it was all of Enumclaw didn't have, or pretty much all of Enum.
Almost out everywhere. Yeah.
Everywhere. And he was telling me that the main line that comes from Black Diamond to Enumclaw.
That's what went out?
That's what went out. So, I mean, it was deep in the woods.
Oh.
And that's why we were out for so long. And it was pretty much the whole town.
Yeah.
But, generator, I don't know. My wife and my kids, they wanted, like my son says, Dad, we need to buy a generator because what if the power goes out? How am I going to do my homework? And I go, I've never in my life seen you do your homework. That's for...
he knows how to play it,
though. And so he's like, has his mom.
How old?
He's 10. He's 10. And I don't know. I mean, the guy that does all my HVAC work at the restaurant, we were talking, and it's not too expensive, but I sometimes when I want, like now that you're older, I look at stuff and I say, well, even if I'm going to buy some shoes or something, and I'll say, how often am I going to wear them? Or you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So the generator, how often are we going to use
maybe it? Twice, maybe twice.
Maybe twice. So
right.
It's not. I just don't want to see them like piled up in my closet for years. And I go, someday I'll wear them. I don't know. Someday I'll wear them. So my wife was like, the first power went out.
I tried to take a sneaky picture, but it looked like crap. So let me take a real. Hold on, wait. Okay.
So the first time that power went out.
That's even better. You're far away. I'm close. I look fat and Jabba the Hutt. You got a thumbs up in yours. All right. Go back to your story about.
So the first day, the first windstorm we had, and I don't know, for people that aren't from Enumclaw is kind of a windstorm central. When we get windstorms, they're usually worse here. But so the first
it is windstorm central. It's weird because it's like one and the other thing I was gonna say is it's like one windstorm will just be insane winds and nothing happens. And then you have another one that's like not as insane winds, but it's like pretty hard. And then like the whole town goes out of power. It's like, how come that last one didn't?
Yeah. The last one was worse. And
it's horrible.
We didn't work. Some Enumclaw lost power, but we didn't, luckily, because I was worried we were going to lose power because my wife and my son were like, let's buy the generator. And so I called the guy that does my electrical and the HVAC stuff in the restaurant. And he goes, go to Costco and buy this generator. And, and I kind of found out some stuff about generators, which was pretty cool. And I was like, okay, well, I'll do it. I just, we need to see where this generator is going to go and stuff. And because the guy was telling me he was going to hook it up to my natural gas line. So that thing doesn't even need to be filled up with gas.
At all?
At all. because it's running off natural gas.
Really?
Yeah, so the power goes out, you go hit the button and it starts and it'll run.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So you have to go to the gas station.
You don't have to go to the gas station.
Wow.
So the power. So the second time the power goes out, it was super windy, and I'm just like praying. I never pray, but I'm praying to God.
I never pray. I'm on my deathbed of COVID. I'm like, no, but this generator, I
generator,
am praying to God
that the power doesn't go out. Because I think she would probably poison my food or something.
She already is. We've already talked about that. Oh man, I can't believe we filled up another friggin' full time. It's funny how you look at this and you go, man, we covered a lot, but at the same time, it feels like we're just talking for just a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, Andy, thanks for coming on. Hey, guys, go please. I'm begging you right now. I know you're hungry. You want some chips and salsa, which is the Travis Kenny special. You can get the Kenny Asada, which is the Travis Kenny special. You can maybe get the Hollenbeck Chalupa. The bean burrito, that's definitely just a Mazatlan thing. No, not Holly. Just a Mazatlan thing, not for Holly at all. Anyway, go to Mazatlan. Go check them out if you haven't already. Or if you just like, you know what? DoorDash, right? DoorDash is the way to go. Or just call them up. It's sit down or take out, whatever you want to do. Mention Full Buddy Cast, get 10% off. Say hi to Andy, and then also message us any questions that you would like us to answer. Because when we get together again, we'll talk about that. If you're interested in the restaurant industry and you're like, hey, I want to know what this happens, and I want to know kind of the behind the scenes with that. That's the stuff that Andy knows like the back of his hand. And so anyway, just hit us up with that. Appreciate you guys. Go hit up Cole Street Brewery. Go hit up Bordeaux Wine Bar, and then to soften the blow of those drinks, get some stuff in the stomach and get it from Mazatlan.
Yes, some rice, soak it up, soak up the alcohol.
And whatever you do, don't bring up this podcast to Andy's wife, because there's a lot of incriminating things here that he's said. So he what'd you tell her that you were doing tonight? You were like, what, you're golfing? Like what?
No, I said, hey, I'm gonna go podcast.
Okay, so she knows.
She knows, yeah. But I'm just like, she goes,
but don't listen.
Yeah, but don't. I go, whatever I say, I'm just joking.
I'm just joking with
so
you.
It's not. You're good. So don't take it personally.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Appreciate you guys. Have a great week and a great day, and take care.
Till next time.